So I'm going to, good morning. It's going to be hot today, which is good. Got some sun, getting some sun. Partly sunny, but beautiful. And so I'm going to move ahead and continue on the extremely close range with the hitting with reverse hitting, or the back edge on the high line, and then on the true edge on the low line. But I'm just going to give a little bit more detail on some of the things that I need to say on it, so you understand, and specifically on the two variations of the diamond and the hourglass in regard to the lateral triangle. So remember, the hourglass or lateral triangle basically is how can you say it? It maintains the more of a middle range, but not necessarily. Not if I'm already close. It maintains the same distance that I'm at. Whereas doing a zigzag or a diamond, basically, the first syllable of the step goes away from, but the second syllable crashes. All right, but I'll try to show you with here on this center line reference that we used for the JKD elbows and knees the other day. So I'll be using the reference of being on the inside of the attacking arm here. And again, note how the elbow is down. Note also that it's on my center line. The contact point is always on my self-center line. It's not like this. It's not like this either. Okay? It simply does not work. There is no structural integrity. Okay, so the idea again here is that I can go from the high to the low hit, okay, or I can go from the low to the high hit, or high, low, low, okay. So what I wanted to say about the footwork, well, let me finish up here, and then on this side, again, it's the same thing. I want my elbow in front as much as possible, okay, on the self-center line in regards to checking, to where the forward energy against the attacking limb is, all right? And again, back of the edge, true edge, high, low, low, high, okay? The other thing that I really can't quite show here is that when I do the back edge here, is that you see a little bit of hip action here, okay? And then on this one, there will actually be a level change. And again, it's like this, and there's some rotation here like this, some optique here. And except that I can't do all this kind of thing because I'm still attached, okay? And remember how I said that it actually pulls down towards your waist, all right? And that shoulder comes in here, the headbutt as well, right? And then on this side too, what I just noted in the comments section was on this side as well, basically you're using the shoulder and the head as well to hit, okay? So now let's get into the footwork aspect of the details. So when I defend on this side and I want to keep a neutral distance, I will use the lateral triangle in the hourglass type fashion, to where it's here and here, and my rear foot is aligned on this side here, okay? But when I want to crash, I would go with a diamond pattern or zigzag and go boom, boom, this way. And then also refacing with my center line here. All right? Okay. And then on this side as well, if I wanted to keep a more neutral range, I would go here and here. My right foot would be in back. And if I wanted to crash, I would go left foot, right foot, and reface. Okay? And so the other thing that's missing here when you do the solo training is that you have to simulate the fact that you're either giving each other forward pressure, you're giving him forward pressure and backing him up, or he's giving you forward pressure and backing you up. All right? And so that type of thing also goes in line with the two different types of triangular footwork in regards to the lateral triangles with the zigzag or the hourglass, the diamond or the hourglass. All right? So if he's pushing me backwards, it's a good idea to get this foot in back to complete my lateral triangle. Same thing here. I may have crashed with the zigzag, ba-boom, but when he starts to press, I may go ahead and then line that up with my rear. Okay? All right, so those are the details that I wanted to add. The other thing was about going from these 2 or 3 hits or what have you, or one hit, 1, 2, or 3, is going into the next Labtique motion, which is basically rotational. Okay? You want to be careful not to overturn. So that's another subject about turning the base, is that you really want to turn the waist and the hip more and then facilitate that with turning. Okay? But it is very easy to overturn, and that takes you into like cross stance kind of things, okay? As we illustrated before. So, you know, if you're a fan of that, then you'll do that kind of thing, but if you're not, then you'll follow the rule of waist before feet, and that the waist or hip actually turns more than the feet do, and the feet are the last facet of that kinetic chain in this regard, not in all regard, that you combine with the turn of the waist and then the turn of the feet. Okay, so then again also, on this side, the idea is that when I get my 1 or 2 or 3 hits in, and when I do the Labtique on this side, again, basically what we're talking about is rotational. So it's going around this way, but basically now I'm going, see, this is unrealistic to show you this way because the arm actually is separated from the head, okay? So when I do it, I'm going to go ahead and disengage my hand, which I wouldn't be doing in reality because I have his arm and I have his head. But the idea is that there's this rotation here. Okay? And so those are the details that I wanted to share in regard to the exact same thing that we worked, but a little bit more detail so that you can understand. And again, Hubud is not an ideal drill, but it's pretty good if you make it more like wrestling with a little bit, not all complementary, where the guy lets you pass and you let him pass and trap. That's the starting point. But when you begin to add a little bit of pressure in regards to your mass moving towards the guy, giving him forward pressure, him giving you giving each other, give and take, then it becomes a little bit more realistic and a little bit more like wrestling. All right? And so if you do it in that way with those 2 steps, okay, or that one, or that one like I just explained to you, then you'll be a little bit ahead of the curve and actually make both the drill and your tactics stronger in regards to the very close range. All right? Okay, so that's going to do it. Going to work out now, and then I think I have enough time to do a JKD video as well up at the sala up there after my workout. So we'll see what.